the best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling everybody, this girl will regret what she has said.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do.
One more time. So I'll throw up my head, praise you again and again. All that I have and I know it's not.
I mean, even if you don't believe in God, just like Elon Musk, I can guarantee you saw something powerful. And even if you say you're not seeing something powerful, when have you seen so many young men come together for a political reason without destroying stuff? Hey man, I don't think you know what you might have unleashed, because from what you can see here in the picture, faith can move mountains two ways, but one is more productive at removing the mountain. And that is a protest. And you can claim maybe they recorded when everybody left. I'm like, yeah, that might be true. But just the idea that you're protesting at a funeral is something that generally you don't see even enemies do to each other. I mean, that's just me.
Hey, I'ma say it since y'all don't want to say it, man. Enough's enough, bro. Like, you finna go try to protest this man's funeral, bro? Like, for real? Really, bro? Man, anybody that go to Charlie Kirk funeral to protest, you seriously need to be evaluated for mental illness. You do. That's crazy. What are you protesting? You don't want people to go and show sympathy for this man and what happened to him? Because y'all be stuck on this empathy word, bro. Do you know what empathy means? Empathy is showing sorrow in a way in which you put yourself in someone else's shoes to get a better understanding as to why this is something that they're dealing with. I can't empathize with someone who is of the alphabet community because I would have to be in a delusion to feel where they're coming from. There is no empathy for that. That's just mental stuff, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all? But this protesting stuff, they're gone way too far. These folks want to protest every single thing, and these protests lead to nothing. You accomplish nothing with a protest besides making a bunch of noise. You know, the Sharpie sales go up. You buy a lot of post boards and stuff like this, but it does nothing but show exactly how hateful most of you people really are. But to go to a funeral to protest, you mentally ill. I'm gonna say that, bro. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your cranium. You need to be evaluated, bro, for mental illness, bro, for real. Me personally, they are already on the news talking about somebody got caught trying to enter into the event with, you know, a weapon on them, trying to, you know, pose as a police officer. I don't know what to tell y'all, but it's gonna be a lot of people there, so be safe if you do go. But people trying to protest a funeral, man, that's wild to me. Protest a funeral? You gotta get a life. You gotta get a life, bro. It's not that serious. It's really not that serious. His life was serious and what he did for God was serious, but you hating God so much in which you want to go protest, yeah, you missing it.
Why would you protest at somebody's funeral? Like, officially you kinda already won, right? But to still go there? Be like, hey, I want to remind you, he's gone, and I disagree that you're sympathizing with somebody that's gone. That's just different, you know? Engadilo, remember to subscribe.
¿Por qué?
While I didn't agree with his ideas, shooting someone that we disagree with, even if they're vociferous and loud and out there, is so colossally wrong-headed. I spoke to a couple of, let's say, some liberal friends last night at an event, and they were like, you won't find me shedding any tears. And someone else was like, oh, well, there was a little bit of a kind of a good riddance thing. And it's like, guys, no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know.
We cannot think or talk that way.
Not at all.
That is not
It's
okay.
so dangerous, man. I mean, my first thought was, you know, also we had another school shooting.
Yeah. Which totally got buried in the headlines.
Got buried in the headlines. Of course it would, though. And listen, I'm someone who, my brother was murdered. I lost my brother through gun violence, you know? And so this is a real personal topic for me. There's no winning. We'll never win this way. There's no idea that if we cheer on our opponents being hurt or harmed in any way, that we win as a society. And we all lose. Like I know what his family is going through. Like I understand that on such a personal level. And it's a tragedy that not only the person who is killed experiences, but the entire family and community around that person. Like this is no joke, you know? And so it does break my heart, even for someone that is not my political opponent, who would probably call me an idiot.
Now I want to push back, but I want to push back on you a little bit for even using the word opponent.
Right.
Like someone who disagrees with, who we disagree with, even vehemently, and we think they're sending the country in exactly the opposite wrong direction that goes against even Jesus's teachings himself. Like, how can we reframe it from opponent to, you know, just someone we disagree with? I don't know what the word is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Mark Ruffalo was so much against the right, like the most political ideologies. Let's just say that to clarify where we're standing. At least now I can understand where it's coming from. He lost a brother. It makes sense he calls out gun violence. It makes sense. But I'm glad the other guy said, yeah, but we can use it like opponents. Like I might disagree with my wife. We're not opponents. We need to go to the same direction. But the moment you say that we're opponents, that means we're going totally on the opposite direction. And the moment somebody that wants to talk and they can get blasted.
Looks like Yahoo News. It says Charlie Kirk suspect's grandma says family is all MAGA.
I can understand why right-leaning people thought it might be a left-leaning person. But then the left-leaning people were saying, but the whole family is MAGA. And I'm like, who cares? I just want to see who indoctrinated this kid to assume, hey, if I disagree with you, I can do something about it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can assure you that the 22-year-old man, Tyler Robinson, that murdered Charlie Kirk is not MAGA. His family may be Republican, but all of the evidence that is being presented proves that he is a far leftist, very much integrated in online groups that are linked to Antifa. He was in a relationship with a biological male, so-called furry, whatever that is transitioning to be a fake woman. He was not MAGA, not one bit. That is a complete lie, and it's an insult to every single Republican and person that identifies with those type of politics. We will not tolerate it, and that is the exact type of language that is getting many of us death threats day after day, and led to shootings on the baseball field where Steve Scalise was shot. This is what led to President Trump nearly being assassinated this past summer. This is what has led to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And so I just want to give a warning there. We're not going to tolerate that anymore. You know, something else we're not going to tolerate is crime.
And that is how I think many right-leaning people are going to fight right now. They're going to be like, you know what? Crime is a crime. There's not going to be soft crime. If you do specific things, you're going to get arrested. Because by being softer, you kind of justified something different.
Allow anyone to speak their opinion, and I know what it's like because I was in that spot. I started it, and Charlie cited it as inspiration. If I could change one thing, and I do believe that I'm partially responsible for this. I failed people. I've had to do a lot of soul searching. When I did change my mind and started in 2016, the idea was, hey, calling the left on their bluff, civil dialogue with anyone to the tune of billions of plays and hundreds of hours. And it got increasingly violent. And what I didn't tell people, I told people out there, go do this on your own campus, have these conversations. I advocated for it. And Charlie took it to another level. He was unbelievable at it. What I didn't do, I didn't tell people about the threats because I didn't want copycats. I didn't tell them about terrorists from Yemen through Sweden showing up in East Grand Rapids. I didn't tell them about concrete milkshakes. I didn't tell them about my tires getting slashed, about people trying to firebomb my car. And maybe if I would have picked up the phone, maybe if I would have used this megaphone to tell people it's real life out there and the left wants you dead, maybe Charlie would have had a fighting chance because I didn't want copycats.
But then again, we are talking about a party that keeps calling the other party fascist. There is a fascist takeover. But if you call them out...
Rights, we can't be passive right now. So nobody over there should take anything we say like so personally as if we're attacking them. No, we're attacking a process. We're not attacking people here. And I think it's really important. We need to stand up against this. Fascist takeover, that's not a bad word. It's a fact. And here in D.C. and across the country, it is so incredibly important, Mr. Chair, that this committee does not allow rhetoric that defames and or paints Washington, D.C. in a way that you all haven't really truly seen. You're just reading it. No, you're just reading it or something off of some.
Will the gentlelady yield to a question?
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Will the gentlelady yield?
No, I don't yield. I don't even have time. I can tell you.
Your time's expired.
It is expired, but
Mr.
Mr. Chair, but you all live here, and you're not telling people the beautiful parts that you do see in our nation's capital. And no, it's just wrong how we're doing it.
Chairman, I think it's insane that the gentlelady doesn't have an argument, but she's going to refer to me and some of my colleagues. We were from the Third Reich. This is insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Do I look like a member of the Third Reich to you, Ms. Tlaib? Is that what I look like to you?
You're the one taking your voting card.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Is that what you think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and all of my colleagues is way out of line. It's way out of line. It's way out of line.
Regular order, Mr.
Way out of line.
Regular order.
That's okay. But it's okay, right?
That is not how it
goes. It's okay, right?
You hold yourself accountable before you talk about
Hold myself accountable. Hold your own self accountable. How about that? Hold your own self accountable. How about that?
Free DC and make sure you vote with your own voting card. Don't be giving it to somebody else.
The whole argument of her saying that, hey, we're talking about a fascist takeover, but I'm not calling you a fascist.
Do I look like a member of the Third Reich to you, Ms. Tlaib? Is that what I look like to you?
It's like she said, I don't like the N-word party, but I'm not talking about you. Which party did you call N-word party? Oh, my party.
Charlie Kirk and I were not friends at all. In fact, the last week of his life, we were beefing hard, beefing online, beefing on air. But the day before he died, he did something that shocked me. He sent me a personal message, calling for personal dialogue, wanted me to come on his show. He said we could be gentlemen together. He said we could deal with our disagreements agreeably. And in the past week and a half, just watching people talk about civil wars and censorship and all this stuff coming out of his death, I just thought it was important to let people know, don't put that on Charlie Kirk, because the last day of his life, he was reaching out to have not more censorship, more conversation, more dialogue with somebody who honestly was one of his adversaries, me. And I just want to share that with the world. And I hope that maybe it might help somebody on both sides deal with issues more like he did.
I'm so glad Van Jones released this. It's not that I like him. I just disagree with him. But the fact is, like, you know what? The guy wanted to talk. Even if I want to disagree with him, He wanted to create a bridge. He didn't want to burn it. So anybody that's celebrating burning it, well, it's you. It wasn't Charlie.
Let's all join hands and bow our heads in thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Remember the video that I covered of this lady? I found the original video.
Wednesday, September 10th, when Charlie Kirk was shot, I posted a video offering him the same thoughts and prayers that he offered after every child was senselessly gunned down while at school.
He wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life. That young man, on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
I'm sure some people might say, I don't believe in this forgiveness. It might be an act, but let's assume it's true. To be able to do that, even if it hurts that I need to accept a reality, that is a huge step to find common ground. And if you don't see that, and you don't believe in forgiveness as if it can't help, I think we're burning a bridge, especially if you want me to believe in empathy.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, durloketa, berdetta, welcome.